building a web project with database for a sign-on. We create a folder inside here. Call it let me just call it just talk project. Okay, and the CSS can even create for a JavaScript file, though I may not be making use of it. Then I will open this. Do we use this address? Sublime
Anyone
text.
use?
Sublime text. I'm going to go to open folder. I'm going to use RAM64 available. Just talk. Select folder. Alright, then I'm going to save this empty as save as index.php. Ensure I'm saving inside that same folder to enable me see my site. Okay, so index the PHP. Okay, and I can create the HTML. I call it
Oh,
say home talk to us studio. Save it. Then a simple HTML form. Then create labels for the same thing. Sorry. For username. Say username. Then I'll create for the input username. The name is also username for my database sake, and then I use required.
I have to disturb the secret, they will break.
And I'll create the same paste it in and create for
Hello?
the input submit.
I can hear you. I say hi now. Ngon. Dare mutte ko daror. Uno to kan ono kan to video. Wa tarta head.
Okay,
Till this
I'm
time.
gonna check it out on my browser.
It's almost 10 o'clock now.
And just talk. Let's see.
Okay.
I have to say just talk. Alright, that's it. So I'm going to style it simply by coming here and save this style the CSS body, background color. To make it light green. Say front page, background. I'll say background color should just be white. Margin 50 pixel left and right automatic. Then height should be, sorry, not height, width will be 320 pixel. Then border radius will be 5 pixel. And I want to style the fonts. Say input type is equal to text, then input type equal to password, then I'm going to say I want the inputs to stand on their own display block. I want
Okay, this text and this input now with this now this thing will affect on it.
yeah.
Okay. I've never used it this way.
Yes. Slowly. And then here and here. Then I'll just do for the input button. That one is type submit. Okay, submit. I'll say almost the same thing I have here, but then let me just say I want the border radius of 3 pixels. Okay. Okay. Then color white. But then yeah, okay, then I'm going to come here, then link my CSS file in the CSS folder style, the CSS. Okay, come here. Alright, then I'm going to form class form page name method post action. Should be a class with dogs. Background color. Yeah.
Overall, the nation's health sector seems to have received a major boost following the federal government's success in securing a deal worth $660 million from the Global Fund. The money will be used to finance the treatment of infectious diseases, including HIV and AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria in the next 3 years. The executive director of Global Fund, Mr. Peter Sands, says that Nigeria's healthcare sector is attracting a lot of attention because the nation bears a huge burden of infectious diseases.
Sure.
It is a joint conference involving the Minister of Health, the Director General of the National Agency for the Control of AIDS, NACA, and the representatives of Global Fund. The Director General of NACA leads the discussions, highlighting the role of Global Fund in financing Nigeria's healthcare sector, especially the fight against infectious diseases like HIV and tuberculosis in the last 1 decade.
The Global Fund is responsible for most of the malaria prevention programs in the world. It's also responsible for at least 140,000 Nigerians who currently have on treatment. The Global Fund also funds at least 100,000 Nigerians on TB treatment. Without the Global Fund, Nigeria would have struggled to deliver some of the huge interventions we have put in place.
What I have, but then I want to.
As Executive Director of the Global Fund to fight AIDS, tuberculosis and malaria.
Even though Global Fund has invested over $2 billion in Nigeria's health sector in the past, the fund is committing another $660 million for treatment of infectious diseases in Nigeria within the next 3 years.
Nigeria is the country in which the Global Fund invests most money in the fight against AIDS, TB, and malaria. As the DG said, we have invested significant amounts of money. So far, we've invested $2.6 billion.
Okay.
And in the current funding cycle, which is a 3-year cycle, we are investing $660 million.
In his remarks, the Minister of Health expresses
So I want to write my PHP code now.
State and government commitment towards increasing funding for the sector.
I want to assure the
So I'm going to
DG that we will also improve domestic resource allocation to HIV, TB, and malaria in 2019. Government has demonstrated resolve. In 2019 budget, the basic healthcare provision fund will be retained. There will be an same 55.1 billion.
Before I do this, I need to set up my database.
$2 billion for vaccines.
I need to
commitment to ensuring that every Nigerian child
host
gets vaccinated.
The National Health
PHP,
Act 2014
my admin,
provides that 1% of
where I
the
create my
consolidated revenue of
database.
government should go to universal health coverage. However, 4 years after that law was passed, the provision has not been fully implemented.
That it comes up, I'm going
Still
to.
relies heavily on foreign donors.
So,
The security matters now. 32 people have been arrested for their alleged involvement in the violence that has rocked Kaduna State this week. The arrest was confirmed in a statement from the Government House today after a meeting of a select committee of the State Security Council, presided over by the Governor, Nasser El-Rufai. In the meantime, the Council has enacted a 4-hour curfew in Kachia, the local government area where the traditional ruler, Mayweather, who was killed by kidnappers on Friday, hails from. It says that the decision was taken because the people of Kachia have remained peaceful while mourning the monarch. The government explains, quote, the recitation of this positive contribution to harmony, the Security Council has directed that the curfew in Kachia be relaxed immediately from Sunday, October 28, 2018. Kachia residents now free to move from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Meanwhile, the government is yet to review the 24-hour curfew imposed on the state capital, Kaduna, and its environment, where the security situation is set to remain.
registered. And he's
Let's get more on the security situation in Kaduna. Joining us On the news at 10
55.
tonight is the chief
Password
security
COVID
officer and
test.
governor of the state,
Username
Malam Nasir
variable
El-Rufai,
character.
joins us by Skype. Your Excellency, I want to thank you so much
5.
indeed for joining us on the news at 10.
Is
What is the
Teacher.
security situation in Kaduna State as we speak?
this could be
right now?
null.
Well, the
Non-level
security
values.
situation in Kaduna is getting better. The
Primary.
is calm. We went round today. We also went by helicopter to other parts of the state outside the metropolis, and the situation is getting better. We hope to meet tomorrow with select from the Security Council to review the reports.
And I'm in
And we
service.
hope that as things get better,
Aye.
we will relax
And
the
start
curfew
this
so that people can get back to their
here
lives.
again.
Now, apart from security measures taken to basically clamp down on potential lawbreakers, what else is being done to reach those in communities or the villages, if you will, to get a sense of their grievance and try to settle them?
Alright.
The Kaduna State government has already established by law a peace commission which has been operating in the state. Our hope and desire is that the Kaduna State Peace Commission, which is chaired by Bishop Idokero, the Secretary General of the Anglican Communion worldwide, will continue to work on peace building. But the first priority right now is to restore order and ensure that people do not attack
this
each
here.
other. To a large extent, we have
And
succeeded
then
in doing that
I'm going to
already. Arrests have been made.
connect to
We
this
have made,
database.
we have had several meetings with community leaders and I continue, along with my team, to engage religious and traditional leaders to try to ensure that peace is maintained. But peace building is a long process. This state has been worked by crisis since 1980. The levels
Okay,
of peace are
variable.
very high, and it will take some time to heal all the wounds. But we are doing the best we can first to restore peace, second to restore order through prosecution of those involved, and then the third stage will be the continuous process of community engagement, peace building, and promoting our unity and diversity. Kaduna State is blessed as one of the most cosmopolitan states in the country. Our diversity is elsewhere, and it is important that people understand that and learn to tolerate one another and coexist with one another. And we're working on that by the grace of God.
Your Excellency, it is largely believed that you would have gotten some lead from those arrests that you made to help in your investigations, particularly to find out why Malam Bewada Galadima was killed. Is that right?
Well, I don't want to comment a lot on the unfortunate death of Agom Bewada Galadima, because investigations are going on. The Inspector General of Police has sent a high-powered team to get to the root of the matter, and I don't want to comment on that because we don't want to put the kidnappers and the murderers on notice as to what we're doing. The arrest of people have absolutely nothing to do with the murder of the Agom. It is just a coincidence that he was kidnapped.
Yes, sir.
Are not linked at all. They are two separate,
Let's see.
but unfortunate events, and the police are investigating that. What we are trying to do with the arrest that we have made is to look at those that try to take advantage of this unfortunate situation to create panic, to loot shops, and engage in all kinds of criminality. This is not an ethnic or religious crisis. This is a situation in which hoodlums just seize the opportunity to loot shops because all the crises are around money. So this is criminality pure and
Values.
hiding behind the cloak of ethnic and religious differences. We do not believe the two are connected, but the security agencies
Before
are
that,
intensely investigating this. And by the grace of God, while we mourn the death of Agom of Kachia, we are confident that those responsible will be brought to justice. It's just a matter of time, but I don't want to say more about that.
But also, a major concern has been when are you likely to extend a relaxed curfew to other areas other than Katia, who is currently enjoying the 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily freedom.
Username.
Tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, we intend to have a select committee in meeting of the Security Council to receive reports from all the security agencies across all the communities in the state. And based on that information, we will take the decision to relax the curfew or sustain. We are based on the guidance of the security agencies and the intelligence from communities. And but from what I have seen, Kaduna is calm. We've not had any incident. We've had instances of curfew breaking, but to that extent, there has been compliance. And we believe that we are on our way to getting back initially to 12-hour curfew and ultimately, by the grace of God, back to full normalcy. We apologize to the people of the ministry for this inconvenience, and we're doing the best we can to try to make it as easy as possible and as fast as possible.
Because, Your Excellency, the concerns are just so much, especially when it has to do with Kaduna, the city center, as a matter of fact, being a nodal town where a lot of transit, people see that as a transit route, if you will, and you're having a curfew at this time. Why Kaduna not having that extension of a relaxation of the curfew?
Yeah, because there are parts of Kaduna that are still tense. There are parts of Kaduna that we are getting intelligence that those may take advantage. But regarding Kaduna as a transport hub, we are conscious of that. 9 states pass through Kaduna just to get to Abuja, and we have a system in place in which all vehicles that are passing through Kaduna are escorted through the western bypass as well as the eastern bypass. So there is no risk to any vehicles coming from Kano, from Bauchi, from Zaria, from Lagos, or from Abuja. They are allowed thoroughfare. We have made arrangements with the security agencies to escort them such that they are not affected by the curfew. We also have arrangements for vehicles to transport them from the train station at Rigasa as well as the Kaduna International Airport. So the transit through Kaduna has not been disrupted as such. But as I said, we're working on the floor with the security agencies that have been doing a wonderful job. And I want to express our gratitude to the federal government, President Muhammad Buhari, the Minister of Defense, the Chief of Army Staff, the Inspector General of Police, and all the security agencies for being here to work with us to try to restore peace and order. We really that's a good place to. That's a good.
Investment Forum in Johannesburg, South Africa. This is an innovative event bringing together global leaders, African heads of state, pension funds, sovereign wealth funds, private investors, policymakers, private equity firms, and the private sector. The Africa Investment Forum is a co-guarantee and co-financing platform to raise capital and accelerate investment to transform Africa. Register now at africainvestmentforum.com.
Value. When your day of retirement comes, that's all that really matters. One of the facts from those who enjoy wealth is their trust over the years in a PFA that generates good returns on their pension funds. So live the life of a most valued pension. MVP.
knowing that Nigeria's NBPFA is working tirelessly for you, creating wealth for the retirement you desire. Crusader Sterling Pensions, a member of the Custodian Investment PLC Group.
Welcome back. If you just joined us, you're watching the news at 10 live on Channels Television. A quick reminder of our top stories now. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo last night doing youths to hold their leaders to account and prevent. .com/channel 12, you can watch our videos. You can also watch us on your mobile device by your browser, or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows devices of your respective stores. Sites giving you access to news and updates on the go. The Channels TV and Channels 24 app have an eyewitness feature that you can use to share those pictures, videos, or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the menu and follow the instructions. As part of efforts to deal with insecurity in the country, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, is assuring Nigerians that the Army is working towards being self-reliant in the production of combat vehicles by the year 2025. The Army Chief, who was speaking at the passing out parade of 77 regular recruits in Zaria, Kaduna State, explains that the new intakes will assuage the manpower needs of the Nigerian Army.
It's the passing out parade of the 77 regular recruits intake at the depot, Nigeria Army in Zaria, Kaduna State. The Chief of Army Staff inspects the parade, accompanied by the Commandant of the depot, Nigeria Army, Major General Victor Ezugu. And then a march past and silent drill by the graduating students after the presentation of a banner to the Champion Company. After witnessing the combat march and physical training display, the Chief of Army Staff states his commitment to supporting the depot and the provision of trained manpower for the Army.
I therefore wish to assure the Nigerian Army of my continuous commitment and support towards improving the standard of training, welfare of recruits, officers and soldiers, as well as the staff. Suffice to say that the Nigerian Army is very dear to my heart and will continue to receive the needed logistics to sustain its activities.
He then reveals the Army's plan towards attaining self-reliance in aspects of its operations.
Let me at this juncture commend the Commandant and his team for the uncommon research and development feat, which led to the production of the 5 patrol vehicles named TYB Rover in my honor. By this breakthrough, the Nigerian Army is poised to become self-reliant in Class B combat vehicles by the year 2025.
The native recruits look forward to being posted for their primary duties.
Also, Nigerians still believe that the insecurity in parts of the country could be better tackled with the decentralization of the police force. One of those who believe that this will solve the problem is the presidential candidate, of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, and former Deputy Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Obadiah Mailafia, who says that the current structure of the Nigerian police is ineffective. The ADC presidential candidate, who was speaking in Abuja